Hi there! People keep asking me what I took on my world trip. So I decided to make a video and show all the things I took along with me for a few years. As you can see, it's hardly anything, because it's much easier to travel if you don't carry a lot of things. As you can see, there are no clothes and stuff, no spare clothes, because usually when you leave Europe, because it's getting winter, you wear a lot of stuff. And as soon as you reach India, South America or Thailand or whatever, you take off all the clothes. And suddenly you have a lot of spare clothes in case you want to wash your t-shirt or your trousers. Then you can just wear the warm stuff you had while you went on the plane anyway. It's also very easy just to get rid of by giving it to people, because they love to get clothes, and in warm country you don't need much anyway, so you can put it right to the bottom of your backpack. Sometimes it's good if you go on a bus with air conditioner or something to have a jacket, and I especially choose a jacket which has no protection stuff, because it's much easier, much more comfortable to sleep during the night. So this is also my pillow, but in Thailand and stuff I don't need it, and it goes right to the bottom of the backpack. In the first few years I was always carrying a helmet, but you only need it when you travel with your own bike, basically, because when I bought a motorbike in South America, it was very cheap to get a helmet there, and when you rent a motorbike in India, in Thailand, in Laos, in Cambodia, wherever, it usually comes with a helmet. So no need to carry a helmet, and also no need for gloves, for winter gloves. It's much better just to take some very thin gloves. It's simple working gloves, because in some countries the sun is so hot. If you ride the bike for a long time, even if you have sun lotion, you end up having a lot of sunburn. So if you wear long sleeve clothes, your spare clothes, or these gloves, you won't get sunburned so quickly. Some countries it's also good to have a hat, but if you have long hair you usually don't need it. Some countries force you to have a jacket like this for emergency or something. Usually it's just for cars, but it's not bad to have, and otherwise if you give it away in Africa or something, people will love you for that. So if you give it to little children or something, anything you have which you don't need anymore, you can just give away. People are happy about that. For security reasons, I had a metal cable. You can get it in any hardware store by a meter. You just buy it, make like a little like this on the end. You have a normal lock, and with this you can lock your stuff when you want to go hiking or something and don't want to carry everything. You can even lock your jacket. Just go through the arms, and you can lock your backpack too, and just attach it to any place, and it will stay there. Otherwise it might be gone when you return. So let's pack everything inside, because usually when you travel everything has its place, so you know where everything is. Usually the stuff you don't need is at the bottom of your backpack, and the stuff you always need is more to the top, so the cable goes in too. It's not very heavy, but it's useful to have. Also for security reasons it's good to have like a little alarm system. You get 3 of them for €3 or something. They have a little battery inside. It's usually for alarm system for windows or something. And I have a little magnetic thing on my backpack, and as long as this thing is close to the magnet, it won't do anything. And you go to sleep and you put it next to, and if someone moves your backpack, it starts making a lot of noise and it will wake you up. So nobody can steal your stuff while sleeping. This is very useful if you sleep on an airport or whatever. And usually the alarm just goes off if you turn yourself and by accident you hit your backpack or something, then it wakes you up. But it's very useful. You don't need the packing stuff, but take it along with you It's not heavy, but makes you sleep very comfortable. If you want to buy a motorbike in some countries, it's hard to register if you don't have an address there. So I found out if you have any number plate with some papers, they match the name in your passport, the police will accept it. If just a foreign number plate, and if they don't accept it, you just pay 10 euros bribe or something. So don't try this in Germany, but on many countries of the world it worked. Okay, toilet paper, don't have to explain that. In most of the Asian countries they don't use toilet paper anyway, but water. Toothpaste and toothbrush is very useful as well, and some painkillers and some coal, and also for malaria. In some countries there is no hospitals or something, and you're out in the countryside and it might take you more than 3 days to reach the next hospital, so rather carry the malaria tablets, because otherwise you might be dead before you reach the hospital. It's also very good to have a tent with you, because usually the biggest amount of money you spend on a trip is for sleeping, and with this 10 euro tent you can just pitch it anywhere you want, because the most important thing on a tent is that it can stand even without using pegs. So you can even pitch it on a hard ground, and it will protect you from malaria, from mosquitoes, it will protect you from rain, and it gives you a little bit of privacy. And it's just 10 euros, it's very lightweight, you just put it in and you can sleep anywhere you want. The good thing if you have your own vehicle is that you can go wherever you want. Usually if you just use a train or a bus or whatever, they always bring you into the middle of the next city, and there's of course no chance to wild camp. So it's good to have a vehicle, to rent a vehicle, buy a vehicle, whatever, just little 125cc scooter. And because usually you don't understand the language of the country you travel in, I always took this, it's like a 12-volt plug. You simply attach it to the battery of the vehicle. It's very easy, and then you can connect the GPS and you have electricity for your GPS. And it's just a simple 50 euro Garmin. It runs with OpenStreetMaps, you can get for free for any country you want. And it even helps you through crowded Cairo or Kinshasa or whatever. So very good to have these days. Then of course you need a good camera to make good quality photos to finance your trip. If you whatever, you make photos, you make a website, you sell articles, you give talks or whatever, a good camera sells back very quickly. With a GPS it's not so easy to plan a trip, so I always prefer also to have a paper map with me, and in this paper map I always put all the information some people give me, or where there's good places to go, or it's also like a diary, so at the end it's full with writing from me. And yeah, even I have a GPS, I like to have a paper map with me. It's cheap and it's not too heavy, and it has a special place always here, because then it's easy to get when you meet someone else. Take out your map, where have you been going, and how are the roads and stuff. Of course these days it's also very good to have a Wi-Fi device. This is a Samsung S4. You get it for 50 euros on eBay, and even if your camera is broken or whatever, you can use it as a camera. But you can also stay in touch with people, you can answer your comments on YouTube, you can write emails, you can stay in touch with your family, because all around the world there's free Wi-Fi. Only in Germany there's not. But yeah, it's very good to have a Wi-Fi device with you. It's very small, of course it needs a charger too, but it fits in the backpack, no problem. For security reasons I have these things with me. It's like little bags. I usually put my money in, and you wear it underneath the trousers, just here or here, and then nobody will see and can steal your money very easy. And here you can have it underneath your t-shirt like this, and nobody will really see it. And here goes the passport and driver's license and what you need. The passport needs to be valid at least 6 months, more than you more than you want to travel. So it's good to start with a new passport. And then if you enter countries and leave, always ask the guy stamping the pass to be careful and not wasting pages, because usually they put their stamp right in the middle of the passport, but if you ask, please, they can make 6 stamps on each page, so the passport will last longer. Yeah, your medicine pass, your driver's license, always necessary, because police all over the world, they know, even if their own people don't have to have a driver's license. In India, nobody has a driver's license, in Thailand too. But if they see a tourist without a driver's license, they try to charge you for money, so it's not bad to have it. You can also buy a driver's license just beside the road in Thailand. They sell them for €5. And so if a policeman wants to get money to return your driver's license, it's good to use not an original one, because then he can keep it. Also good if someone if you holds a gun to you and wants money. I always have a purse which has some cards in it, but they're not valid anymore, and a little bit of money to give away for some burglars and stuff, so they are happy and they don't ask for the real money I carry. It's also good, these not valid cards, you can sometimes get a discount, a student discount, because they think it's a student card or whatever, so it's good to have not valid cards. If you apply for a new visa, the embassies always ask for 1 or 2 pictures of you. At least in Africa they do, so it's good to carry a few photos. It's also nice if you meet someone and to say thank you or something, give him a little present. It reminds him of you, and yeah, some photos are always nice. Of course, money is most important. In most of the world they accept US dollars. On many countries they also accept euros, and it's good to have different kinds, because if you go to Venezuela, for example, and the petrol is just 1 cent per liter, you don't want to change €50. So it's good to have a little bit of small money to change on the border. And yeah, to get around, it's better than credit cards. I don't really trust the credit cards, and sometimes the banks don't have electricity, or someone fiddled around on the machine and then they take more of your bank account than you actually took and stuff. So I prefer the real money. It's also good to have a water bottle. You get them everywhere, and then carry them with you and look for places like restaurants where you can fill up the water bottle. Otherwise you have to pay €1 or something per liter, which is usually more than drinking water. But restaurants, if they have a filter or something, you can refill your bottle for free. It saves you a lot of money. If you carry a motorbike, if you have a motorbike, you can either decide to carry one of these things. You can transform 12 volt electricity from the motorbike into 250, 230 volts, which is usable for your computer. I usually only carry this if I have my own motorbike, because I don't want to carry it if I rent motorbikes. Then I prefer to run the stuff on 12 volts. It's good if you have many things like charging your camera, charging your computer, charging whatever, your cell phone. You need many of these connectors, so it's good to have one of them. It's €1.80 on eBay or something. It's helpful if you want to charge your stuff. Yeah, there is another thing, of course, a map. I already told you, and now I have 2 maps probably. And yeah, the camera always comes with a charger too. This camera is still running, so I don't touch it, because it makes the sound here and records the video there. And of course the computer is most important, just to finance your trip. You write your diary, you write your articles, you sell your photos, and just keep traveling for the rest of your life. Isn't there a better job? I don't think so. So yeah, this goes in first usually. As I said, usually everything has its place. So I'm just a little bit confused for this video, but it goes in and comes with a charger too, of course. And that's basically all you need. For many months I didn't need more, and it's easy to buy, and easy if you realize you have too much stuff, it's easy to give away. And the good thing is, if you don't travel like most of the backpackers with 2 heavy backpacks, and one in front, one in the back, you can get around very easy. Yeah, you can just walk away, and you don't have to. You're not an easy victim for the tuk-tuk mafia. If people bother you too much, you just walk away. And yeah, this way I think traveling, even if you don't have a lot of stuff, traveling is much nicer. So this is all you have. It's very easy, and something like 13 kilos You don't need more. Sometimes it's better to have less. Thank you for watching. Oh yes, I forgot one thing. People ask me, would I carry a cooker? No, you don't need a cooker. Only in Switzerland and Norway, where food is so expensive that you can hardly afford it. But if you go into a third world country, there's always a little lady or a guy standing with a pot full of stuff, and you look in because you don't understand what they say, and you get rice and fresh fish or avocados, lots of them, or empanadas, just for a few cents. So it's not worth cooking yourself. And I also don't carry a swimsuit because I have my underwear. I just jump into the lake, swim, have a nice swim, wash myself, and at the end I put on my normal trousers and it will dry within minutes. So also if you wash stuff, you just wear the wet clothes, it will dry within minutes, and otherwise you wear your warm spare clothes for a few hours and your stuff is hanging on the backpack. It will get dry very soon, so you don't need a cooker, you don't need bath trousers. Thanks!